Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Iceman 3rd ID. Got a little Tyrannosaurus Rex here. We're going to be talking about our field equipment today. What do I mean by field equipment? Okay, so it's a little building mode that you get that's away from your base, right? You can do it at your base, but it's mainly going to be used away from your base. So you push up on your D-pad, you're presented with a tech menu, right? So this, you've got several pieces of equipment here. You've got a beacon, you've got a save point, you have a signal booster, you have a communication station, and once you build a base and research the technology, it's one of the last things that you figure out how to build or get a recipe to build is the autonomous mining unit. I think I'll go over that in a different video because I just want to go over the regular field equipment that you get when you start a game. So, the first thing you're going to get, actually I think a voltaic cell, you have to have a blueprint for, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. And I'm in creative mode right now, so I can't really tell you. That's something I'll look into later. I'll try to put it in the video description at the bottom of the video. However, what a beacon does, it's once activated, beacons provide a permanent navigational waypoint facilitating repeat visits to specific locations. So, let's say you're on a planet and you find a portal, or you find a ruin that looks particularly cool, or you find a deposit, a resource deposit that you want to get back to, but you don't have time to stop. Maybe you're in a critical situation or something like that, and you need to get from point A to point B. Well, you set this this beacon down, bam, and now this little marker right above here is going to always be present. Like, let's get behind this hill here, and you can see, oh, there is a marker right over there. It's a beacon. It says arrive in 7 seconds, and this is anywhere in the system. Now, once you go to the galaxy map, you won't be able to see the beacon, but if you're in the system, anywhere in the system, you'll be able to see the beacon. What happens when we interact with it? Restore point save. So it also acts as a save point. However, if you don't have enough elements for a carrot sheet and a voltaic cell, you can always craft. This is much easier to craft. You only need 50 plutonium and 100 iron to craft a save point, which is a buildable save point for managing your progress. So you put that down. Alright, there we go. Now we interact with this. Bam, restore point saved, but it's a lot cheaper than the what is it called, the beacon. So it's much cheaper than the beacon, and it only has one purpose, whereas the beacon has two purposes. Now, what does this signal booster do? Okay, so the signal booster. Now this could be used in survival mode, but what you don't want to do with this, just a word of caution, is if you're about to die, don't build one of these and save it, because you're going to be stuck in like a death loop, as we've seen several more popular YouTubers than me do stick themselves into some sort of a heinous death loop where you're going to restart your entire survival game because of it. So don't do that. Don't be that guy. Cobra TV, I'm talking to you. Anyway, no names. No names. I'm not going to mention any names. So this is the signal booster. Go ahead, signal scanner, signal booster. So it says the signal scanners online, planetary location beacons are responding. So this allows you to search for 4 different things: a drop pod, a habitable base, a colonial outpost, and a resource deposit. So this is handy. I've used it for these 3 things here: a habitable base. Once you get to a planet that you like, you can press this and it'll search for a habitable base. Drop pods are incredibly important because you cannot go into space stations with a version 2 pass anymore and upgrade your suit, so you need to find drop pods. And colonial outposts are important to find trade stations and new tech if you're just starting out in the game. And resource deposits, I think on foot is actually probably a better way of finding resource deposits, because in my experience it's been that if you search for resource deposits with these things, it'll point you towards a resource deposit that is clear across the planet or some nonsense, and you've got one right next to you. So that's what that does. And don't forget also that whenever you build one of these, you can always press left 2 and delete it and get all of the resources back for any of these items. So if I want to delete this, journey milestone accomplished. Of course, it's not like I'm making a video or anything. Thank you, Hello Games, for interrupting my video. I traveled 10,000 units. That's great. Okay, so I can delete any of these and get the resources back for them, right? And then your communication station, last but not least, is a terminal for the composition and transmission of messages to other travelers. So let's check that out. All right. So you go ahead and interact with that, and it brings up, and you can't see this because it won't be on your screen, but it's on my screen for some reason. When you're recording with the PlayStation, it doesn't bring up the control pad. But it says this communication station stands ready to accept any message left for other travelers to find. So I'm going to put in a message, put in foundation update, right? Okay, now it says your words aid and give solace to passing travelers. Okay, great. So now we interact with it again. And right down there at the bottom, it reads foundation update, and that's what I put on there. So if any other players come by on this planet at this particular spot, they can come up to here. It's going to say Iceman 3rd ID. They're going to interact with it. It'll say foundation update right there. So I'm sure there's all sorts of creative uses that people will come up with to use that for. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure somebody out there will. But anyway, I hope you like and enjoyed this video. If you did like it, hit that thumbs up button, the big thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down button. Either one helped me just as much. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Man, that's an ugly bird animal thing. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber for more No Man's Sky videos. I've also got other videos on my channel. And thank you for Sunshine. Thank you to Sunshine for making this video possible. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.